Hey guys, welcome to part 5B of how to make a 550 paracord stock whip. In this segment, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make the Turks head knots. So I hope you learned something. Here we go. Alright guys, I need you to cut a 5-foot piece of gutted parachute cord. 550 paracord. I'm using black for this one. And let's see here. I need you guys to melt the tip down and just kind of form it. You want to be careful because it does get hot, the melted nylon, so just kind of shape it so it's about like that. And we're going to grab our micro nano paracord needle. This one's stainless steel, so if it breaks off from this paracord, you just heat up the end and melt the nylon right out of it. So, and the nano one, because it makes really good falls as well. So we'll see that towards the end. All right. So here we go. Take your whip out of the vise. Turn it upside down so we can see the disc. Alright, what we're going to do, start like this. Go around the top. Go down. Go across in the front. You guys can see that. There's a lot of tutorials on this. I don't even know if I should be making it, but so like that. Go underneath that one. I don't really have the room, guys. Okay, then down over the top of that one, cross it again. Now we're on the upside, going up. We're going to go across this one, but we're going to go underneath it. No, wait, we're going to go, sorry, my mistake. We're going over the top of that one too. Over that one. No, back that up. I'm sorry. Jeez, it is underneath. I was right the first time. Okay, so go underneath that one. And across the top. We're on our third side right now. Down over the top of that one. Under this one. If you guys want to watch a tutorial on how to make this, I'd watch that paracord guide fella on the internet. He's actually pretty good. It's kind of annoying to listen to, but he really knows a lot about these knots and such. Anyways, we're going under right there. This is our final pass. So over the top, across. Now for the final one, we're going to go underneath right there. Five by 4 is almost complete. Then underneath this one, over that one. Okay. And continue right there from our original strand right here. You should have something like that right now. That's a 5x4. At this point. So we're going to expand it now. I'm going to go to 6x7. So what we're going to do right here, follow that beginning strand. Alright? Once you guys get to the top, what to do, nobody knows. Cross the two that are already crossed right there. Go over the top and down right here. Just like that. Now you're following it on the other side. You're following this one now. So back down, pull it through. Okay, now we're back down to the bottom. We're going to cross these two that are already crossed. They make like an X. We're going to forget about those two right there. We're going to go right here. We're going to split the two. Go underneath. Leave slack. Once you guys get up here, go over the top, go over that one. And go under this one. Split the two. Okay. Now we don't have anything. Then you go over the top of that one. We're going to go under this one. Probably should have showed you guys with the color, but it's not too bad, I hope. We're just splitting the two. Over one, under one right here. It's the last one. And once we get there, we're going to start with the top. Let's start with the top here. Kind of work the 6 sides out that are on the top now. Just like that. And then go around the sides, just looking at it, be like, you know, that needs a little more space. Kind of just work it around. Rough draft it just like that. Okay. We have our single pass 6x7. We're going to make it a 2 pass, so we're just going to follow the lead strand. I decided to throw some brown in there so you guys can see. Keep these about the same length. Because what a lot of the guys don't show you online is to go back through and tighten everything down real good. Sometimes I go back through it twice to tighten it, so. Other than that, continue following that lead strand on the right for now. It was basically over one, under one for most of it. So you get towards the end. Then you start going under the strand, over 2 strands, under 2 strands because of your passes before from the beginning. So try not to let these roll. Try to keep them flat. So just keep continuing on doing that. The reason I'm showing you guys more of this video is because I wanted the beginners to have a chance at making a whip that's actually a pretty good quality whip. Then what you guys need to do if you want to add an extra, or well, obviously you need an extra strand. Follow it on the right, the lead strand, the first spot we started. On the right, all the way around it, until you get to the last part. You'll be right there. For most of it, it's going to be under one, over one for the beginning. Now we're getting into some of the under two now. So just continue following that lead strand. Sometimes it's on the right, sometimes it's on the left, on the way down. But it's up on the right. Every time you're going up, it's always on the right, and when you're going down, it's on the left. So continue with that. Once you guys get towards the end, see I ran it through. Whatever you do, do not snip the, if you can, just unthread it and leave that there for after. So once we get to the end, what I like to do is kind of just scrunch it down on the sides, just so we have as much exposed up top as possible. You can see that's kind of filling in the gaps that you guys had, because it is loose right now. So we're going to go back through and tighten all this. Take your Permalock needle. This is something I always do for my knots, so they're rock solid. Because what good is the knot if it's not rock solid? Attention to detail. So continue just getting them snug all the way around. You can pull. Okay, to make our knot, I have a cardboard tube here, which is about an inch and a half, inch and 3/8 across. A 1-inch dowel rod will work too, or 1 1¼ inch dowel rod. That'll work as well. You just can't slide it over the whip like this will. But either way, to make our foundation for this, I'm going to take a 4-foot piece of gutted paracord, attach your Permalock needle to one end, take the end without the Permalock needle, take some hockey tape, sorry guys, there we go. Just tape that on the end like that, right there. Okay, I'm left-handed. I'm sure a lot of you guys are right-handed, so I learned it the right-handed way. So what we're going to do is we're going to go like this, go around the back, cross over the front, go around the back again, get to here, go over the top of that one. This one we're going to go underneath. Just like that. So when you come down, make sure you go over that. You went under that one, you go over the top of this one. and go around. When you get back over here, follow the lead strand that's taped down. Okay, just like that. Get to the top, go over 2. Go over the cross. And then you'll have 1, 2, 3 at this point. Go into the middle one. Alright. Make sure you go all the way down, because this is the 4th strand that's going through. So there's your 4th one that's all the way to the bottom. Now we get around to the front. See our lead strand again. We're going to split it. We're going to go over this one, under this one. Okay, and we're to the top again. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go into this one. So we're over the top of that one. I'm going to go under here. It's like that. Over this one. Under this one. And over the bottom one. Okay. Then back to the beginning. And that is a 5x4. It looks like a mess. They always do. So we're going to follow the lead strand again right now, since we're already there. Expand it to a 6x7. So over 2. So over this X once we get to the top, where they cross, but we're going to follow that one that goes over the top on the opposite side now. So it did change a little bit. Okay, now we're back to the beginning. The X right here. Want to go over those 2. Split this. Leave a little slack if you can. Over that one. Under this one. Sorry guys, I'm kind of rushing through it, but there is a lot of tutorials out there for these kind of knots, so if mine doesn't work, just watch one of theirs. So okay, then we get to the top. We got the X. We're gonna go under this one. And it looks like there's a couple we gotta dig out because it kind of got tucked away. You can see where our these 2 right here. We need to split that. Dig that one out. Pull that through. And we have one more to split. Go over the top of that one. Go into this one. And just like that. Back to the beginning. Go right alongside the strand that's taped down to keep it secure for now. Take your permalock needle off and we transfer the knot to the whip. Take your tape. This helps out in a good way. The fact that you're not constantly rotating the handle usually mainly for bullwhips, because the bullwhip will just keep curling up at the end if you don't have it secured. So this is kind of a nice way to do it. Alright, well here I'll show you guys how to do this, if I can. Should be loose enough to go over this one. Okay. So we're going to go over this one and go right to the transition, hopefully. Yep. Lose our core. Right there. This is where we're going to set up our knot. I'm going to back it off. I got a couple spots to melt, but what I want you guys to do is go through the knot. This was your strand that was taped down, so give it a little slack, but then kind of pull through all the way around so it's snug down. And okay, I've snugged down the 6x7. It's still loose, but that's perfect because we're going to be adding an extra strand, which is another 4-foot strand, gutted. Put your permanent lock needle on there. We're just going to follow that lead strand where we started. So you follow on the right, depending on which side you guys have this on. It could be up here, it could be down here, so. Oh, God. Anyways. Damn it. Okay. So you follow it on the right on the way up. Once you get to the top, don't pull this tight yet because we're going to go back through and snug everything down. Now on the way down, we're going to follow on the left. Don't let these don't get any twists in it, because that'll make it harder later on. So just continue on with that, going all the way around. Okay, I've completed the second color into the 6x7 Turk's head knot. Now I need to go back through and tighten it all down. So do that now. Alright, once you guys get to the end of tightening everything down, see now it's not squishy, it's kind of seated. I always make the transition knot smaller than the heel knot. So we're going to do now to hide and melt the strands. I do something different than the other whip makers out there do, because we don't want to see any melt spots, and we don't want to see like fuzzies sticking off. So you can put this in the vise, not real tight, just snug. Oh, sorry. Alright. Attach your permalock needle back on to the inside strand where this one ends. Okay, which is green for me. We're going to go underneath. right on top of the other one, where the green one comes out, where that one comes out. Can be a little tight, but wiggle that through. Okay, take your needle off, pull that through, make sure there's no twists. Okay, looks good. Then you do the same thing to the black one for me. Put the Permalock needle back on it. Okay. Take the needle off. Watch for twists. Now this one, make sure it's tucked behind the other one, because that's kind of tricky to do. Just the way they drop, it's kind of weird. Alright, pull on all the two down here, and the two you just went through. Now what we're going to do is we're going to split this, so we can see in between there. Like that. Now take, where are they at? Find some brad nails. Okay. Okay, I got them. Okay, for the brad nails, you need 2 of them. Snip those about 1/4 inch long, because we don't necessarily need to hit the oak dowel rod. We don't want to hit that underneath. If we don't have to, we don't need to. Get your pliers. This is kind of tricky, but not too bad. See if you can get that brad nail started in there. Go over the top of the green one first. So once you get it in there, and just kind of push it in, nice and easy. Just like that. There we go. That one's all the way in. Make sure it doesn't catch any of the paracord on the way in. That's on the outside. So we did good there. We have to do the same thing to the other side. That one's a little shorter, but... So we're just trying to pin down the tension. So you do the same thing for the heel knot. Just like that. Sorry, there we go. Just shove that one in. There we go. Make sure it didn't catch it. Good. Okay, our next step, since they're secure now, the knot is not going to loosen up, or the knot will not loosen up. Snip them about 1/16 of an inch exposed, or about that much. Right there's the fuzzies, see it? Okay. Take a lighter, Now this is tricky, so we don't want to light them up too much. We just want to light them up a little bit. If that makes sense. Good. Now don't press anything yet. Looks like I melted them a little too much. We don't want them real bulky. We want them melted, but we don't want them like... There we go. Perfect. We want them flat, is what I mean. Okay? Let me see if you guys can see that. Now, take your small screwdriver. What you do is start shoving it down underneath so you can't see it. Okay, just like that. And kind of press it. And as you can see, you have a spot that you can't actually see where the melt ends. So, and this top part right here is even easier. Just as long as you don't burn the paint or polyurethane that's on there. But you have to do it quick. So, I might have to use a razor blade for that because the scissors are too big. So cut these. I'm barely pushing so I don't cut the, scratch the wood. Okay, I have to take this out of the vise now. To melt those, do the same thing. Just a real quick melt. Matter of fact, go like this. Take the screwdriver, kind of fluff them out this way. Perfect. Not too much, not too little. Then take your small screwdriver and tuck them underneath. Just shove them down in there. All right. This is hopefully part 5, possibly part 6, but okay, we've tucked in the melted spots that we melted the paracord and tucked them in. You can see it turned out really good. Now what you guys have to do is roll them still. So you could do that. Roll the knots, and that should be about it. But I'm going to show you another tip right here. This is something I do for basically all the knots. You put this in the vise. I'll show you what I'm going to do here. Alright, grab your screwdriver and your Permalock needle for the top. Get the glue. Put a little bit of a little dab of glue on the end of the screwdriver. Just like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to glue the paracord down to the top of this. Press. That way there's no loosening, because I've had these start to loosen up and then in the past, not recently, so. So our next flap, there's only 6 in this one. Try to get the black one and the tan one. Okay. The Permalock Needle X is like a little prop to keep it open. Okay. And just continue around doing that for all 6 flaps. If you want that extra security. Okay, we have 1 left. And it doesn't take much of this glue to glue it down either, so. I almost glued the Permalock needle in there that time. So we're all secure here. Now it's time to roll the knots out. Okay. Going to be rolling our whip, not the whip, but the handle. Our knots now. Now what I like to do is keep the, this is the counter. This is off the counter over here. I'm off the counter right here. Keep the loop off the counter. There's no need to roll that. We're just looking to roll the knots a little bit. Don't have to push real hard. I'm just trying to get them flat. Everything tightened up, any gaps, any spaces in between. That should all close up now. Let me check it out, make sure we're doing good here. Looks good. Okay. Roll the heel knot out now. Not a lot of pressure, just firm. And that should be it. We have completed the handle of our Stockwhip. Knew it would take a little while to show you guys, but I want to make sure you guys knew how to do it. And there's our 1 loop for our keeper. With the smaller one on the inside. So it's extra beefy, and our overlay, I guess you could say, for the keeper loop. Seems strong. I said I've had one. I've made 5 of these whips now with this 5/8 inch oak dowel rod, and I haven't had a problem yet, and I've gotten it from Home Depot every time. So just finding a straight one is a hard thing to do, that's all. But onto the thong of the whip now. See you guys in the next video.